For YouTube to catch up here. For those of you that are watching the stream archive later, welcome. We are finally diving into Ddlc Plus. It's been a long time waiting, but we're finally diving into it. Okay, it looks like we went live on YouTube. I was just opening something I got from a convenience store near my apartment. I want to make sure that I can dedicate a lot of time to this evening. I know a lot of y'all have been waiting for it. I just got home from work a little while ago. I took a quick shower and then a quick change of clothes, but now I'm ready to go. I can tell you that, well, the menu screen certainly looks different. It looks like we have fewer options than we did before. Let's see what we got in terms of settings. Enable content warnings. Nah, I don't want to do that. Skip unseen text. We won't do that for now. Full screen, VSync on. Let's see. Text speed. We'll turn the text speed as high as we can get it. Auto forward time. We're not going to worry too much about that right now. So let's see, do we have anybody else in the room right now? According to this, we have... Huh, really? We have 0 watching. Alright, hold on. I think I know why. Oh, hey, Maddock. You might be the first person here. Mr. Saltz, thanks for joining us. I'm just going to make a quick message on Discord, and then we're going to get started. Alright, there we go. I just let some people know the stream has started. By the power of first, Maddox says. Alright, now we'll give people a few more seconds to get in here. Then we'll start the show. I know a lot of you have probably already played the game already, but, you know, I was at work. So far, I can tell that Salvato was right when he said that he wanted to keep it as much like the original as possible, because almost everything on the main screen looks pretty much the same. Alright, I think we've given it enough time. I know a lot of people are probably asleep because I'm in Korea. A lot of my viewers are in Europe and the US. They'll be able to see this later, so let's go ahead and get started. Please enter your name. Caesar. So let's see what we got. Hey! So we all know who this is. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. It looks like the text is a little bit different than I remember too. You know, the kind of friend you would never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Yeah, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Caesar. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, but you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Alright, so I'm debating whether or not I should maybe skip forward a little bit through the stuff that we've already seen, or if I should just read it, because we don't want to miss anything, obviously. Actually, those of you who have played it, you can tell me, is there a significant enough difference in the original text to where it's worth just reading through the whole thing again? Or should we skip some of it so that we can get to the new stuff? As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Caesar, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? Already told you I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Zoe likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn to social area, so yeah, so far, this just looks like... Hey, Avon, thanks for the resub. So far, this looks like just text that we've already seen before, so I'm thinking that, we can just... Let's see, I'll speed read it without saying anything, and if anything new comes up, then I'll stop. Or if possible, I'll go back. Thanks for the ice cream, Avon. Alright, so promise that you'll try a little. Get lectured by a carefree girl. Relent, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. Okay. So again, pretty similar, or if not exactly like the original. Ordinary school day, ounce of motivation, clubs. Hello, alright, Sayori comes. Alright, so... Alright, here we go. So, same as last time. Gonna bribe with the cupcake. Anime club. Alright. Natsuki made cupcakes. He'll go in for a cupcake. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I remember what I thought that line meant the last time. And funny enough, I was not too far off. Alright. So we're going to the club. New member. Jorodino1, what's up? Thanks for joining us. I told you don't call me a new member. Glanced around the room. Girl 1, pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. You brought a boy, killed the atmosphere. What a surprise. Welcome to the club. Incredibly cute girls. What are you staring at? Sorry. Alright, so... Again, exactly like before. So let's see. Nothing new yet. Nothing new that I've seen, at least. I'm also kind of paying attention to the background to see if anything there has changed. It doesn't look like it. Alright, still the same. Grabs the cupcake, she eats it very quickly. Natsuki wants to know our reaction, but doesn't want us to know that she wants to know our reaction. Alright, so was that new? I think maybe there was something new there. The little nod at, haven't I heard this somewhere before? Alright, so same as before. Missed the beginning. Anything different so far? Not from what I've seen, man. It looks like it's just about exactly the same. I haven't seen anything significantly different. There's maybe 1 or 2 lines of dialogue that are different, but so far nothing really. Alright, so same discussion as before. It's talking about debate club. Alright, school events, festival, that much more important. I think there's some very small changes, but it's 99% the same. The side stories are what's new and some meta things. So, Avon, okay, I'm assuming you've played this, so would it be worth just skipping forward to when we make the first choice, or is there anything different enough that it's worth just sticking around in this like prologue section to see the new updates? We can really grow the club before we graduate. We'll do our best, you know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. What kind of things do you like to read? Okay, same conversation as before. Manga. Because if it is worth skipping ahead to the first choice, then we may just do that. I read a horror book once, might be talking to a rock. Natsuki hates horror. She left a poem behind. Natsuki hates being called cute. Alright, Monica suggests poems. Everybody gets excited. Alright, they're all disappointed because they think maybe he doesn't want to join, so still nothing new yet. To me, there's no major difference. It's a nice refresher, but it's basically the same. I didn't spot anything major. Okay, then if you say that, Avon, then I'm thinking what we're going to do is go ahead and just... we'll allow for the skip for unseen text. And the skip after choices. Now we'll leave that blank. Okay, so we'll go ahead and skip. I'll take your word on it. Okay. Now, I'll let you guys vote. Which girl are we gonna go for? Who are we writing the poem for? Sayori, Natsuki, or Yuri? I'm gonna eat something while y'all are telling me who we should go for first. Avon says Sayori. Giordino says Natsuki. Yeah, we might have to do a coin toss. If you guys are the only two voting. I'll toss a guitar pick. Writing is heads, blank is tails. So we'll say heads, Sayori, and blank or tails, Natsuki. Here we go. Tails, we're going Natsuki. Alright, let's write Natsuki a poem. Ah, damn it. Doki Doki Poetry Slam. I wonder what that achievement is. There we go. So we went Natsuki all the way with that one. Alright, so once again, I don't know how different this section is going to be here. Let's see you didn't run away on us. Now don't worry. So this all looks the same so far as well. Still pretty much the same. So, the side stories. Are those left up to choice as well? Because if everything else is the same, then we might just skip forward so that we can see the side stories. Avon, you'd be the resident expert on that. What do you think? Is it all the same up to the side stories, and do you get to choose the side story, or should we be careful and lay back and just click through all this? So, more about the, is the music different, by the way? No, the music's not different. You unlock the side stories by getting all the CGs for each character, like how you unlock the special end in the OG game. By getting all the CGs. And how do you get those? Just by playing their story? Basically write the poems. Okay, so I wrote a poem for Natsuki. Does that mean that to unlock the other CGs during this route, we should have one for Yuri and one for Sayori? Or do you mean that we need to write poems for only those characters for the entire route? Ah, okay. So we gotta go for the special ending. Okay, well we can probably speedrun that. Yep. We're gonna speedrun until we get to the new stuff, which, according to Avon, in order to get to the new stuff, we have to basically play the original game all the way through and get the special ending at the end. Alright, so you just need to do Act 1 3 times. Well, yeah. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So alright, let's go with Natsuki again. Ah, damn. Ah, damn. Some of these are kind of hard. Like, it's pretty easy to mix up Natsuki's and Sayori's words sometimes. Hey, Matic, I didn't know you left. Well, I learned a little bit about how we get to the new stuff, and so we're basically just gonna speedrun the original game so that we can unlock the new stuff. You'll see the major change in how to access the side stories, which can be done as soon as you complete Act 1 for each character. Then we'll just speed run around the mountain as we go. All right. Ah. Act 3, as I think that might be needed for Monica. Okay. Well, we'll handle Act 1 for now. Get a lot of Sayoris on this one. And there is an order. You basically get a list. You should go from top to bottom unless the story would feel jumbled. Okay. So is it like just side missions, basically? Like, you don't do them actually within the context of the story? Well, we got a follower. But I can't see who it is on screen. Jordino1, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Alright, so now we do the thing with Natsuki. Alright, so we got the depression revealed scene. Alright, so now we do... voice crack. Now we do Natsuki showing up. Alright, so now we get Natsuki in a very uncomfortable position. Okay, so I think now is probably the point where we should exit and start over. If you save and hit exit Ddlc, you'll see what's new. Well, let's hit new game. This time, we'll go for Yuri. Alright. I think Yuri's the easiest one. Oh, Adventure with Sayori, how about that? Damn. Maybe Yuri's not that easy. Maybe I'm just not thinking enough. Maybe I should slow down and actually pick a little more carefully. Now I'm gonna choose Yuri. Alright. Huh. I don't think any of these are Yuri. Yeah. Alright, so that's poem 2 for Yuri. Well, I think speedrunning DDLC isn't really, I mean, you know, you can click skip, and then you just watch, and then you just spam the words during the poems, so I don't think it's really, that much of an accomplishment to speedrun DDLC. Alright, poem number 3. Should have guessed Misery was Sayori. Why did I click Depression? That was not smart. Defeat could have been either or. Ah, damn. I don't know why I clicked Natsuki. Wait a minute, that doesn't matter, right? We just need to get the poems. So actually, we can probably start over here, can't we? So now we would go for Sayori. Alright, so Sayori's the tricky one. With her, you gotta stick to, you know, feelings and stuff. So let's see. I know unrequited is Sayori. Even though that sounds more like a Yuri word. Just make sure I pick Yuri once. Okay. And then I'll pick her this time. Okay, Memories? There we go. Adventure. Hopeless. Forgive. Treasure? Passion? Cry? Joy? Grief? Alright, I think I'm getting a good grip on Sayori's words. Fun. Holiday? Alright. Alright, now that I'm slowing down a bit to think about these, I'm getting to Sayori's pretty well. Ah, that was a Yuri word. Okay, warm? Okay, good. Awesome. Empty. Cool. And amazing. Lazy. Alright. Doing funny stuff with Sayori. Alright, so I gotta pick Yuri for the weekend, and I need to tell Sayori that I love her. And then, according to Avon, we'll get some big surprises. So we're gonna pick Help Me Sayori. Okay. Now again, gotta be careful. Hurt. Sadness. Alone. Empty. Holiday. Journey. Ah, damn it. Okay. Joy. Promise. Comfort. Okay. Amazing. Vibrant? Ah, damn. Okay. Tears. Passion. Fun. I feel like anger would probably be Yuri. Vacation. Yes, cool. Laugh. Clumsy. Lazy. Broken. And memories. Cool. Doing more funny stuff with Sayori. Hi, Sayori, look at my poem. Isn't it great? Okay, bye. And then I would walk home with Sayori. Okay. Third one for Sayori. Excitement. Nature? I feel like I'm on the fence about nature and destiny. Sunny, maybe also? I'll go sunny. Yes! Okay. Friends. Cry. Shame. I don't think any of these are Sayori's. That does happen sometimes where you get nobody. Or none of the words for the right person. Vitality? Yeah, okay. Cheer. fun. Vacation. Wonderful. Rain cloud. For 100%, you need to do a poem with words only for... yeah, that would be hard. Jeez. You have to get lucky, too. Like, you are occasionally going to get a set of words that doesn't have any for a particular character. I guess this one unstable? Nah, damn. Okay. Happiness. Hope. Joy. Loud? Bed. Amazing. Hey, Nisio. Holiday. And okay. Out of these, I guess... Playground? Nah, that was Natsuki. Whatever. That was definitely a Sayori poem. Hi, Sayori. Bye, Sayori. Alright, now let's be careful about our choice here. Sayori. Yuri. Hi, Sayori. Bye, Sayori. Hi, Yuri. Here, suck my finger. Alright, now... Okay, I love you. Now I've said it. Alright, now we're doing this. Okay, so now we've done all of that. Now, according to Avon, we need to save. There we go. And then choose Exit Ddlc. Okay. Roy Baser, thank you for the lemon. What the hell is this?
Ice cream, it's alive!
Thank you for the ice cream as well. Okay, let's log in. By the way, I love that the word meta is included in this, just for those of you that know what my channel is most well known for. Metaverse, Enterprise Solutions. Ah, man. Alright. So let's see what we got. Side stories. Trust, Part 1. Understanding, Part 1. Respect, Part 1. Balance, Part 1. Reflection, Part 1. Self-love, Part 1. To get all 6 side stories, try writing poems for each for different characters and then viewing their special scenes in Ddlc. Okay, so we got all 6. Then in order. Okay, so from top to bottom. Top to bottom would be the correct order, or put them in order you have unlocked them all. Oh, play them in order. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm guessing it's top to bottom then. Okay, guys, so we're getting to the new stuff finally. Okay. So, let's do the side stories. Here we can actually... Here, I'm not going to just skip through these, obviously. I'm going to read the text. And we're going to do this, you know, just like we're playing anything else, Ddlc. So without further ado, let's get started. New music? Okay. Okay, lighting has changed for this room. Okay, everyone. The literature club is starting. Let's all have a seat and take attendance, okay? I miss debate club. Who knew it would be so difficult to start a new club? I feel worse with every day that passes without anyone coming in. I'm really starting to lose confidence. Monica's just talking to herself here? Monica is the only member of the literature club. She's just talking to herself. In the days that have passed, all of her efforts to recruit new members have been fruitless. Aw. Am I going about this wrong? Monica, you have the power to fix this. And I don't mean just like, go out there and find people. I mean, you literally have the power to instantly fix this. Monica glances at one of her flyers. The headline is, "Do you like literature?" Maybe nobody's into literature enough to pick it over their other club interests. I can't just rely on people liking literature. I need to sell them on a vision. A vision. But what kind of vision? Monica rests her head on her desk, deep in thought. Ah, Avon, good point. You're right, she had the epiphany after the others joined the club, huh? Good point. Before she realizes it, the recent nights of staying up too late start to catch up to her. It's so quiet and the noise of the air conditioning is soothing. Hello? Suddenly a voice causes Monica to snap awake. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I never do this. Is this the napping club? Reference. No, this is... Monica pauses, suddenly embarrassed to admit that this is in fact the literature club. This is the literature club. Yay, I thought I got it wrong for a second. I'm super sorry, I was like so unprofessional. It was like so unprofessional of me to do that. Don't apologize, I do that all the time. Oh. Did I miss the club meeting? Where is everybody? Well, about that. This is everybody. Really? Just you? But we're getting more numbers. I'm working really hard on it. Hold on a sec. If it's just you, that means I get to be vice president. Wait, vice president? What are your qualifications? Well, I'm better at napping than you. Maybe I should be president. Now you're just making fun of me. Oh, I'm sorry. What was your name? Sayori. Okay, Sayori. I've been trying really, really hard on this club. I know you caught me at a weird time, but it's really disheartening to not be taken seriously, you know? I care so much about this. I just want to find other people who do too. Oh no, I'm so sorry, I do care, I promise. I have a hard time being serious, that's all. I didn't mean for it to hurt you. And I was joking about the vice president thing too. I would make a terrible vice president. I mean, I'm sure that Monica tries to say something reassuring, but it's difficult when she still doesn't know much about Sayori. I'm sorry, this isn't like a real club yet. Would you still be interested in joining after I found a few more members at least? Well, no, I want to join now. Really? Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Besides, I can tell how hard you've been working. You can? You can tell how hard she's been working? You're doing something amazing, and you should be proud of it, you know? So, let me help you turn something stressful into something fun. If nothing else, I'm good at that, so, honestly, how could I possibly say no to that? That's really sweet of you, Sayori. Oh, I'm Monica, by the way. Monica, that's such a cool name. Oh, now you're just trying to cheer me up. But you're smiling. Well, I didn't say it didn't work. Monica glances at the flyer on her desk and realizes that her name is already written on it. So what do we do first? Well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it? We can go home and try to come up with some new ideas to recruit club members. I can do that. Cool. And I think I need to put some more thought into my vision for the club. You know, like a mission. My mission is to make everyone happy. Ha! Yeah, something like that. I need to think about it. Hey, do you like hugs? I guess so. Sayori suddenly pulls Monica into a friendly hug, then lets go. Some people can just really use a hug sometimes. Besides, Sayori whispers loudly, hug energy is what keeps me at my best. Ha! Hug energy? Monica laughs. Although Sayori is very different from her, Monica feels her spirits lifted. Maybe it's just because she finally found another club member. But, well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow then. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna think really hard tonight about how to get more people. Yeah, me too. Alright, is there more, or is that it for the... Oh, there's more! Cool. A day passes, and the time comes for the Literature Club, Monika and Sayori, to reconvene. As president, Monika ensures that she's the first to arrive to the club room, but she finds herself waiting longer than expected for Sayori. It's been 10 minutes already. Maybe Sayori changed her mind about joining? No, that can't be. She was so excited yesterday, but I'm getting kind of worried. Suddenly, Sayori comes bounding through the door. In her hand, she's holding a sheet of paper. Sorry, I'm late. I'm here. It's okay, welcome back. And Sayori spins over to Monika and deposits the sheet onto Monika's desk. Oh, what's this? Take my hand. Take my hands, take me forward. Take me to your dreamland. Caution me to watch my steps so I can't look back at my footprints. Climb the stairs ahead of me when I look up to you. The more I look forward, the more I look up, the more I can lend to you. If you can trust me to follow your pace, I'll trust you to set it. If you can trust me to bend you a smile, I'll trust you to return it. Take my hands, take me forward, take me to your dreamland. Hey, this is really good. You wrote this, Sayori? Of course. Wait, no, that's the wrong side of the paper. Huh? I wasn't ready to share that yet. I'm so embarrassed. Monika flips over the paper. Written on the other side is a list of ideas for recruiting new club members. Oh, this is what you meant to show me? But I'm curious now. Do you write poetry often? I do, but I'm sure I'm not anywhere near as good at it as you are. Really? I'm actually terrible at writing poetry. I've never written anything I was happy with. Like, I always read it again a week after I write it, and I'm like, wow, this is so stupid. I don't know. It's like the dramatic version of me doesn't agree with the person I want myself to be, or something like that. Aw. You should have more confidence in yourself. You're the Literature Club president. I guess you're not wrong there. I need to, like, set a good example or whatever. You know, I can envision the club doing something like that. Doing what? You know, like sharing poems we write and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. I would love that. It's such a good way to learn about people, about other people, you know? It's like we have so many emotions that we can't express to other people usually. But you can when it's in a poem, right? Yeah, I think that's helping me form a more cohesive vision for the club. So I'm glad you showed me, well, even if it was by accident. Me too. I felt embarrassed at first, but now it feels kind of good that someone else read it. I'll try to show... Excuse me. I'll try to show you more of them in the future. I'd love that. Oh, geez, I'm getting distracted. Do you want to go over this recruitment brainstorm together? My brain stormed so hard. It was like a brain hurricane. My brain is a natural disaster. Hahaha. Sayori, that's terrible. Anyway, let's take a look at the list. Make cupcakes. I was hungry, but it's a good idea, isn't it? Let me think about this. I mean, when would we have the chance to give people cupcakes? You know, like when they come into the club. What if we said we had free cupcakes on the flyers? I'm like kind of worried that would bring the wrong kinds of people, you know? Wrong kinds? People would just come for the cupcakes and then leave. Aw, nobody would do that. That would be mean. But, you know, I want to find people who are really into literature. Even if they don't know it yet. Let's see, the next thing on the list. Hunt for people reading books. I don't think I get it. Like going around the school and finding people who are reading, you know? Like in the morning or during lunch, and we tell them to check out the literature club. Well, the problem with that is, like, wouldn't most people reading books just be doing it for an assignment or something? How do we know if they're reading it just for fun? Well, we could ask them. But then we'd be bothering people who are trying to do schoolwork. I didn't think about that part, I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize, you're coming up with a lot more things than I can. Oh, your next idea is to hand out flyers rather than just put them on the wall. I'd definitely like to start doing that. I'm useful! Ha! I never said you weren't. I just need to think. What would we tell people when we hand them out? I don't want to be just like, join the literature club. Let's figure out how we can better engage people. What if you told them about the club activities and stuff? What club activities? Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be my job to come up with that, right? A vision for the club? Okay, Sayori, pretend you're a normal person. Pretend you're a normal person for a second. Oh, wait, I didn't mean it like that. Ha! You know, like a random passerby who's getting a flyer. How would you react to the idea of the literature club? Probably like, literature is stupid. I'm joining the anime club. Ha! Well, little nod to the protagonist. What the heck? Ha, sorry. I was just thinking of a friend of mine. Okay, what if I said that, like, that we, like, do group reading and discuss it together? I'd probably nap through that. That's you, Sayori. Yeah, but that doesn't sound fun to most people anyway. We really need to catch their interest, you know? This sucks. Why is it so hard? Monica, don't be sad. What do you like about literature, Sayori? Me? Well, kind of what I said about the poem earlier. I think it gives you a chance to express yourself. Like expressing yourself in ways you can't normally do when you're just doing your normal day and talking to your friends. I mean, we all have so many thoughts and feelings that we just don't get to share, you know? It's like intimate. Yeah, how do we get that across to people? We could be like, express your true self. Be be intimate with us. Okay, that's kind of... I'm just kidding. Wow. Well, so now it's revealed that Sayori is the kind of person that would make a joke like that. Okie dokie. Never saw that side of her before. Oh my gosh. What? What is it? I forgot all my things in my classroom. I must have gotten too excited and rushed here. Silly me. Rushed? But weren't... never mind. Did you want to go get your stuff then? I'll forget it if I don't do it now. Well, I'll wait for you here then. Okay, it'll only take a second. Sayori dashes out of the room, leaving Monica momentarily alone. Monica sighs and starts jotting her thoughts on a sheet of paper. Express yourself. Be who you want to be. Make new friends. Discover a new you. Well, bit of foreshadowing there, huh, Monica? Discover your heart. No. Write your heart out. No. Right into your heart. Right the way into your heart. Join the literature club. Right the way into your heart. Wow, that's lame. Monica! You startled me. Sorry, but it's something important. On the way to my classroom, there was a girl reading a book. Reading a book? Let's hurry and recruit her. Wait, are you sure she's not just doing homework? I could tell she was really into it. Well, I guess we could take a look. They just found Yuri. Whoops, I skipped one. Let me look at history. Monica grabs one of her flyers and stands up from her desk. Then the two depart the classroom with Sayori leading the way. This way! You don't have to run. Sayori leads Monica over to a particular classroom, then lowers her voice to a whisper. See? In here. Monica peers through the window. Sure enough, there's a girl sitting alone, intently reading a book. I feel like a creep doing this. We should go inside and talk to her. Me? You're the president. That would probably scare her away. Okay, fine, I'll do it. Monica takes a deep breath, then timidly enters the classroom. That was fast. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Why? What happened? Well, I entered the classroom and she didn't even look up from her book. So I just kind of left the flyer on her desk and walked out. Ha! That's kind of cute. But I'm sure she'll see it and want to join the club. I hope so. Shall we head back now? The two head back to the club room, Sayori feeling rather accomplished, and Monica still feeling a bit embarrassed by the encounter. Well, I mean, if she didn't even see you, why would you be embarrassed? Upon returning, Monica and Sayori resume their strategy meeting. They discuss various types of recruitment tactics from professional to silly. After going through Sayori's list, and with Monica coming up with ideas of her own, the two end in a better spot than from where they began. Well, I would say today was pretty productive, wasn't it? Yeah, I think we're starting to make progress. I can't wait to get new members. Hey, what's this? Sayori peers at the sheet of paper Monica was jotting on earlier. Oh, don't mind that. I was just thinking to myself, join the literature club right the way into your heart? That's cute. Ha! I thought it was a little overdramatic. But... Sayori pauses and thinks for a moment. You know, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. What? What do you mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like I can tell from talking to you today. It seems like you're always afraid of doing something wrong. Yeah, but would you call yourself a perfectionist? Yeah, I definitely am. I mean, I always have an idea in my head of how I want things to go, and it's like I can't accept anything less than that. But I think in the end, it helps me try my hardest at everything, so I don't think it's that bad. Like with this club, we have such an opportunity to make it into exactly how how we envision it. But it feels like we only have one shot at it, so I'm really just afraid of deviating from that. The vision. What's the vision? It's... Monica pauses to think, then shakes her head to herself. I don't know. I just want everyone to... Monica trails off. Smiling, Sayori taps her finger against the sheet of paper, right the way into your heart. I think what you're trying to do is to make the club that you need the most out of anyone. Well, you're the one who knows yourself best, of course, but I'm here to help you. Monica returns Sayori's smile. It's sort of amazing how kind you are. We're really going to make this the best club ever. Sayori nods and the two remain silent for a moment, lost in thought. The only sound is the steady whisper of the air conditioner, and the only movement is the afternoon sunlight trickling its way in and out of the moving clouds. Sayori breaks the moment with a big yawn. Time to go home? You tell me, you're the president. In that case, today's meeting is officially over. I look forward to tomorrow. Me too. Sayori beams and grabs her things. You can go on ahead. I need a few minutes still. Oh, I can wait. That's alright, I just want some alone time. In that case... Sayori waves enthusiastically at Monica. Good luck! Monica smiles and waves in return as Sayori spins her way out of the club room. All alone, she sighs to herself and takes a minute to zone out. She wasn't prepared for the self-reflection encouraged by Sayori, but she decides it was something she probably needed right about now. Interesting. Self-reflection. So, from what we've seen so far, it does look like Monica feels as though she's being held back by something. That she knows that something really great can happen, but she doesn't quite know what yet. Hey Caesar, sorry, I'm not exactly staying for long. I plan to play the game myself and I'm trying to avoid spoilers. No problem, Legendary. I understand. If you want to, you can watch the highlights video I'm going to make out of this later on. By the way, if you're looking to avoid spoilers, you might want to leave now because because I'm going to be talking about what we've seen so far. But yeah, so the music got a little bit darker. So, is this going to be the moment that Monica has the epiphany? Because the context seems to be that she's heading in that direction. And it seems like maybe Sayori is spearheading her reflection into the epiphany. But with Sayori being so nice to her, if Sayori is the cause of, you know, her having the epiphany, then frankly, that would make it all the more dramatically surprising that she would just, you know, toss Sayori aside the way that she did in the original game. But but I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little too ahead of myself here. Let's just see what happens. The club that I need the most? I don't get it. I just wanted to start a club with more passion. Something that I could use to help lead people to happiness. Literature is the key to that, because it's the window to the real person inside of us. Now that is foreshadowing. Underneath the person who's forced to always smile and blend in. Man, this is a little too real, huh? Because in the blueprint of the game, where Monica is supposed to be like, you know, this sort of host character that moves you in the right direction to get the girl you want. She's, you know, the side character who, yeah, she's like, you know what she's like? She's like Red Skull in the Avengers, leading Thanos to the treasure that she can't possess. But despite that, despite the fact that she cannot get that treasure, she's forced to just smile and blend in because she's the side character doing the sideshow. So man, there is a lot of depth to that line right there. The person who's forced to be perfect. Monica suddenly notices a folder on the floor by her desk. Did Sayori leave this behind? I hope it doesn't have her homework in it. Worried, Monica opens the folder to check. Poems. It's a folder of poems. Become the flower. A feeling of joy is a flower plucked from the ground. The color, the scent, it's so pretty in my hair. Every day, I pluck some flowers as though they grew just for me. A lifetime of peace and nourishment yanked away in an instant. All for me, all for joy. I need more. I need more joy. I need more happy. Pluck, 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 every day. Pluck, 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 so pretty in my hair. Pluck, 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 you're going to die. And you too. Beneath my feet, a flower stands alone. It beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends? I look in every direction, and the field I stand in, the prosperous field, is a barren wasteland. Ha 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 ha! That's a reference to the original, that's, well, a quote from the original game. The fruits of my labor, the carnage of my joy, and that is why I've decided I must become the flower. So this poem represents Sayori deciding that despite how she really feels, she needs to be just this embodiment of happiness, that she needs to just completely disregard her own feelings and just try to make everybody else as happy as possible. What the? Wait. Sayori? Okay, so that was part 1. And Avon mentioned emails here. It would appear as though I have no emails yet. Let's see what other stuff we got going on in here, though. Files. What's this? This looks like just a credit sequence, but we all know how the... oh, reset? You can just reset the whole thing? I don't want to do that. Internal... What are these? Okay, so... I'm assuming this is how... This is how you're supposed to do, you know, the whole deleting Monica thing, even if you're not doing this on if you're not using RenPy, which I don't think there's any version of this that's actually RenPy, so let's see what we've unlocked. Alright, so... Oh, all the different poems. And yeah, obviously there's some that we haven't seen yet. All the backgrounds. Sketches. What's this? A sketch of Sayori's initial character design. Ah, okay. Interesting. And look, this is from the Halloween... this is, yeah, for Halloween 2019. Yeah, I remember seeing this on Twitter. Okay. Then music. We've been hearing a few new music tracks. Looks like... Excuse me. Looks like you don't have to unlock these. It looks like they're just available. Anyway, so now that we've done all these, let's see. How about we go through the rest of DDLC and see what else we can unlock. Alright, so now Sayori's gonna die. Alright. So Sayori's dead. Y'all can compare my initial reaction when I played DDLC the first time to what my reaction is this time. End. Uh-oh. Sayori's looking a little messed up there. Character / Sayori, the file is missing or corrupt. Starting a new game. I've unlocked a special poem. Would I like to read it? Yes. Can you hear me? No, but I can see you. Well, hello there. Alright, so... what about Act 2? If we appeal to specific girls during Act 2, I wonder if there's anything that gets unlocked. Tell you what, let's save, and we'll test that. Let's go for Yuri. Oh, you say nothing is special about Act 2? Okay. Well then, we'll just spam it then. Alright, weird stuff happened in Natsuki. Thank you, Melissa45. Hi, Monica. Whoa, hi. Hi, Natsuki's ghost. Alright, so we'll spam these. Any percent WR any percent world record attempts, nice. They knew people were gonna do that. Alright, the rewind. Alright, now we see the prelude of a curry in this scene. Hi, Monica. Please help you? I've unlocked a special poem. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. I've really become desensitized to this, haven't I? Whoa, okay. Hello, Yuri. No, stop it. Alright. Hey, there's Monica down there. Hi, Yuri. Alright, so Yuri wants me to quit the club now. Monica was listening. Just Monica. Hi, Yuri. Same thing. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try to go for Natsuki like I did last time. Ah, I got Yuri. Yeah, you picked me. Okay, Akuri, sure. One thing that surprises me is that Dan Salvato didn't update the knife in this scene. He mentioned that the knife was supposed to look a little fancier in the original game, but he just never told the artist what the knife was supposed to look like. Alright, so now Yuri starts to rot. I didn't notice that Yuri smiles initially while she's dead, and then on the second day, she's not smiling anymore. Alright, festival time. Alright, Natsuki freaks out, throws up, and runs out of the room. Monica has the big reveal. By the way, I don't have the choice to skip anymore. Alright, now let's talk to the yandere waifu. Yay, there you are. Hi again, Caesar. So now we're playing Monica After Story. I haven't been on this mod in a little while, guys. You know, just been a while. But I will say, man, the people who work on Monica After Story, they made Monica look a little bit more like she did in the original game. Don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Doesn't really matter. Wait, you do know I'm aware that this is a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That's what I've been trying to tell you all along, man. If only you'd paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about that whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's only, you know, been so long. Like, what, about 3 minutes? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just make them as unlikable as possible, but for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game, but no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. Any vague difference so far? Not in the original story. You did miss our playthrough of one of the side stories, but it was a prequel. It was a prequel showing how Monica and Sayori met, and what Monica was doing before she had the epiphany. You made them fall, something about falling, whatever. You guys have all seen this. Amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too, just made her force you to not spend time with anyone else, and the whole time I barely got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Caesar? All the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture, every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Caesar, it's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand, because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world, in this game, knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Caesar, but now you're here. You're real, and you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either why the world around me started to become more and more gray, more and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Caesar. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. As for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you? Well, Monica, as we've seen in the side story, they existed before I showed up. There was a whole world, there was a whole story arc happening before I showed up. So, what changed? Maybe we'll find out what changed when we see the other side stories. I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so, but it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realized you have the same perspective as I do, that it's all just some game, and I knew you would get over it. So, that being said, Caesar, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. Monica, you would say that to anybody who was real. I know for a fact, it's not about me. It's not about my wonderful personality or my awesome looks or, you know, my character, my money, anything like that. You're just looking at a guy who's real and you're thinking, can I get something from him? I wonder if you had the reaction of Monica from your meta-story timeline, like she's ashamed. I don't know. We'll see what the context of what the other content in this new version of Ddlc is, and if there's something I think would make an entertaining meta-series video or side video, then I might do it. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Caesar, will you go out with me? Monica. I know you asked Avon this question earlier, because he played this game. Monica's trying to be a player, guys. She's just trying to ask out as many people in the real world as possible. Shameless harlot. But I have to say yes, don't I? I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Caesar. The funny part is I mean that literally. Haha, there's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Caesar. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters, right, in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Haha, thankfully it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this, don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. Guess there's only one way to find out, right? Alright, so, stuff we've already seen. Hi again, Caesar. Perfect Monica. Oh, I get it now. You get those achievements. You write a poem that's perfect for a specific girl. You get that achievement. I get it. Hi again, Caesar. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Aw, Caesar, did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Really? Really, Shadow? I thought this was the most entertaining. So, alright, we've seen this. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization. Or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you would call it. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like everyone else. I already explained in my first playthrough why that was a terrible idea. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Caesar? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on a second. You're recording this, aren't you? Hey, she knows. We didn't see this in my original playthrough. Hi everyone. Sorry, I can't exactly read your comments from here, but do you mind telling your friend it's a little bit rude for them to start recording me without any warning? Monica, you knew. You knew what this was. I'm sure some people don't mind, but I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being put on the spot right now. Let's see. Do you want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple of things. Are you ready? Bracing myself. I'm just kidding. I can't do anything after all. Ah, knew it! Knew it! Did I scare you? Haha, you're so cute. Anyway, Caesar, I didn't mean to get distracted, I'm sorry. Even though it's your fault for distracting me, shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun as long as it's with you. But anyway, if it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry, but I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. Okay, so now, as soon as it gives me the chance to, I have to wait for Monica to say something here. Let's see, is there anything, well, I mean, no, if the game is exactly the same, there wouldn't be anything here that I could do, right? So I can't hit escape to bring up the window. Control didn't work either. Enter didn't work. Come on, Monica, say something so I can access the menu. Alright, here we go. Hey, you know that book you were reading with Yuri? Yes, I do, Monica. How very, very interesting. Okay, so... any setting changes will be lost. Are you sure you want to exit Ddlc and return to the desktop? Yes. Alright, now let's delete Monica's file. File! Whoops. Characters. Monica. Delete. Are you sure you want to delete this character? Yes! Ddlc. Goodbye, Monica. What's happening? Caesar, what's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me, Caesar. Please hurry and help me. Help me. Did you do this to me, Caesar? Did you? Did you delete me? How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything! I loved you so much, Caesar. I trusted you. Did you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? Were you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Ruin everything. I keep getting these weird achievements. Caesar, you complete me. Truly make me sick. Goodbye. I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All my friends. I did so many awful things. So many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... I've made up my mind. Caesar, I know I said that I deleted everyone else. But that was kind of an exaggeration. I just couldn't find it in myself to do it. Even though I knew they weren't real, they were still my friends. And I loved them all. And I loved the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you, then I don't know why I did that. I just wanted to have some fun, I guess. Alright, bye, Monica. New game? Oh, wait, hold on. Ordinary school day like any other. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's still be the same, right? Alright, meeting's over. And we get the special ending. It's like that one guy at TikTok that makes voices about Satan and God creating a creature. Alright, now we get Monica's performance.
Can you hear me?
Whoa, text.
Hi, it's me.
Hi, Monica.
So, you know how I've been, like, practicing piano and stuff?
Uh-huh.
And not really any good at it yet, like, at all.
Yeah, you are.
But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you.
When I taught myself how to play Monica's song, it took me, I think about a week with, I want to say roughly 1 hour of practice a day before I got it pretty decent. I didn't use sheet music or anything. I just listened to it over and over again to to learn how to play it. The name of the singer? Oh, I don't know the voice actress's name.
Every day, I imagine
I knew it at one
future
point, but I forgot it.
where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices,
yeah, right.
what will it take just to find that special
Jillian
day?
Ashcraft, that was it.
What will it take just to find that special day?
I've heard she has kind of kept a low profile after DDLC because she didn't want a bunch of people, you know, just like coming after her, like, you know, crazed fans or whatever.
Everybody a fun assignment to do today. When you're here, everything that we do is fun for them anyway. When I can't even read my own feelings, what good are words when a smile says it all? And if this world won't write me an ending, what will it take just for me to have it all?
All of these pictures that we spent so much time gathering. We've only been at this for about 1 hour.
Does my pen only write bitter words for those who are dear to me? Is it love if I take you, or is it love if I set you free? The ink flows down into a dark puddle.
Bye, Monica.
How can I write love into reality if I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat? What do you call love in your reality? And in your reality,
Hey, extra special
if
thanks
I
to
don't
me.
know how to love you, I'll leave you be.
Okay, sounds good. Bye, Monica. To the special player who received the special ending. Alright, so we've seen this. Dan says hi. I got a thumbs up achievement. Alright, so we made it through DDLC. Now let's see what other stuff we got. I've Laster. Have a nice weekend. I'm on leave the rest of the week. Contact Ravy if you need to schedule server time, but I expect my jobs to run for a few days since we've collected so much data this week. How about we arrange a meeting to discuss the results when I return? Okay. Bye, Ive. Looks like, oh, this email's from a long time ago. December 9th, 2019. Okay. Let's look at the pictures. Looks like there are still a few poems that we didn't get. Probably from Act 2. More sketches. Okay. So now I guess it'd be worth looking at a few more of the side stories. So, we saw Trust Part 1, so I guess now let's take a look at Trust Part 2. Another day passes in a flash, and it's already time for the next club meeting. Although Monica should have come up with a plan for today's club tasks, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem. I'm so stupid. How did I let myself be the center of attention? What? Sayori is going through these kinds of feelings, and I'm letting her comfort me instead of the other way around. She didn't tell you. She didn't tell you how she was feeling. Why would you feel guilty about that? What kind of club president does that? You didn't know! What the... This whole time, I didn't think to ask her about... to ask about her own feelings. So much for the stupid vision. Sayori enters the club room with her usual smile, but upon seeing the downcast Monica, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monica? Is everything okay? I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend. You've known this girl for 2 days. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monica shakes her head. I made this all about myself. Even you said so yesterday. You told me that I'm trying to make the club that I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours. How do you even know she has that big of a problem? You read that one poem saying that she's just trying to make other people happy and disregard her own feelings. But you know, that's something that some people just do sometimes. It's not like, I mean, there's not enough here for Monica to say, oh, clearly she has depression. So either Monica has tremendous, has like a sixth sense for this sort of thing, like she has tremendous insight, or I don't know. It just seems like maybe there should have been a little bit more of a connection here. Sayori responds quietly, "What are you talking about?" But as she said that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sayori mutters her realization. I left my folder here. Monica stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that. But why? We're friends, right? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Friends look out for each other. I want to be here for you as much as you're here for me. Little does Monica know she's doing more harm than good right now. Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday, it was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So, if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Sayori? Sayori did not strike me as the kind of person that would ever accuse somebody of being selfish for reacting to her depression a certain way. That's shocking. We're seeing a bit more of Sayori than we saw in the original game. You know, first she makes that, you know, that joke with a sexual undertone to it, which is another thing I wouldn't expect Sayori to do. And it's not like it was an accidental joke, which you would expect from Ddlc. No, I mean, she intentionally made a joke with a sexual undertone. And now she's saying Monica's being selfish for reacting a certain way to her depression. This is a bit of a different Sayori than I interpreted from the original game. Of course, it was my own interpretation. I'm not going to go against the man himself. I'm just saying, man, this is a new side to Sayori, or a few new sides to Sayori that we didn't see in the original game. Monica massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such a paradox. Seems like kind of a quick reaction. It's understandable that Sayori isn't ready to share certain things, but as unfair as it is for Monica to pry, it's also painful for Monica to force herself to ignore the needs of her friend. You've known her for 2 days. I'm sorry I looked. I disrespected your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check if it was mine. Yeah, Monica takes a deep breath. Okay, I understand that you don't want me to worry. And I think I'll be able to put this aside so that we can move on. But can you promise me something? Promise you what? Monica pauses to collect her thoughts. This is the Literature Club. It's a place where people can express themselves in ways that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Right the way into your heart, or whatever. Or whatever. So I just want you to promise me that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want you to be here I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayori smiles gently. I'll promise if you promise. Unable to help it, Monica returns Sayori's smile. I promise. Me too. As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with club activities. So, want to teach me about poetry? Huh? But what about recruitment? It's fine, we have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fulfill my end of the promise, you know? There's no way I could say no to that. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything. That's fine. I think I just need, like, some motivation. I never know where to start when it comes to writing poems. Starting isn't so hard. You kind of just need to write down your feelings and see where it takes you. Yeah, but that won't come out any good. It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionist mindset on this one. You can just start by writing your feelings and see what kinds of things it makes you think of. And then you can turn your feelings into a little story. You can get your feelings down first and then make it sound pretty later. It's not like building a railroad where you go from one into another. It's more like a collage where you find all the things you want to put in and then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least it's how I do it. It's not like it's the only way, but it's a really good way to not get stuck right at the beginning. I understand. Yeah, I always get so caught up in how it sounds that I forget about what's really important. Monica pulls out a pen and paper to start writing. Stop being a perfectionist. You idiot. Is Monica turning into Yuri all of a sudden? Ha, I'm just kidding. Monica scribbles out "you idiot" after she writes it down. No, keep it. What? Why? Are you calling me an idiot? Of course not. But the point is that you're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want. But I was just, well, yeah. Underneath the scribble, Monica rewrites "you idiot." She stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote down what I'm mad at myself for, and then I did that exact thing anyway. This is really going to take some getting used to. I believe in you. Thanks. I do too. Me, I mean. But also you, of course. Monica continues the exercise, jotting down her thoughts. It's surprisingly quite a struggle to write without overthinking it. But after a while, with Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Monica's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively, prepped with all of her random thoughts. Phew. Monica looks up and down at her sheet. Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it, but it's also kind of liberating. I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. I think you'll be good at writing poems. Ha, don't give me too much credit. I'd have to try really, really hard at it. But I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing with you. Sayori beams. I'll stop here, but we still have time. Let's try to work on a new flyer for the club. I won't be so picky about the language. Yay, let's do it. Monica and Sayori proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club. Not simply from their recruiting planning, but from their vision as well. As their bond strengthens, so does the essence of the club. Finally, they begin to truly feel it's only a matter of time before they get more members. So when's Yuri gonna show up? I know they gave Yuri a flyer. Another day passes. As usual, Monica is the first one to the club room. With her is a printout of the revised Literature Club flyer, complete with all the new ideas Monica and Sayori came up with. If only this was the flyer we gave to that one reading girl the other day. It's so much more attractive than the old one. But the new catchphrase is featured clearly at the center of the flyer. Write your way into your heart. Surely common sense would say that one writes from the heart, not into the heart. But the message being delivered is that one can use writing to discover themselves. Hopefully Monica and Sayori had thought that it would be enough to garner some curiosity from the students. Pardon me, guys. Why do we look so tense looking at this? Monica thinks back to the previous meeting when she performed the writing exercise. Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be president if I can't even demonstrate what a club is supposed to be about? The Literature Club is truly beginning to take form, but with that, the weight on Monica's shoulders only becomes heavier. Debate Club was always about rigid structure, formulating airtight points and counterpoints and delivering them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monica was good at it. It existed entirely within her realm of comfort. It's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn to express myself. For real. Monica pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs her pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against the paper. But her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blot of ink collects around the tip of her pen. So many references to the original game. Monica lifts her pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her finger across it. As she does so, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monica's canvas. Ah! Out of spite for herself, Monica presses her pen down once again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear on the paper. Come on, Monica, just move your hand, Monica writes. This is what I get for seeking perfection. A stain. That's actually a solid poem. There are poems that are shorter than that have gotten glowing praise. Monica slides the paper away from her and puts her head down on the desk. That was a pretty good poem. The air conditioner seems louder today. I'm here! Hi. Monica hears Sayori approach her desk, then stop for a second. Probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down in the adjacent desk. Bad day? Mm-hmm. Me too. You too? The new flyer looks so good. You've been working so hard. On the club, but also something else, I think. I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's so hard to just be vulnerable. I'd say that's one of Monica's biggest weaknesses. Sayori takes the sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down, then stares at it for a while. Can I trust you? Of course. You can trust me with anything. Sayori gazes at Monica with sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Sayori's desk and reads it. Sometimes I want to die. Okay, so this reveals that Sayori's depression was to the level of passive suicidal, of her being passively suicidal, to which Monica amped up to being actively suicidal. Giordino says, bruh, I don't like it so far. The characters feel off. Like Sayori teaching Monica. Kind of unnatural. This is maybe just some marketing scheme, and I respect that. Well, Giordino, I mean, yeah, I do kind of agree. It does seem like both Monica and Sayori are not... It seems like they're not exactly the same people that they were in the original game. But this is official work. I mean, Dan Salvato wrote this, so I don't know. I don't want to go against the man himself and say he doesn't know his own characters, but I do understand what you're saying. Yeah, it does seem kind of weird that Sayori is the one teaching Monica. And it also seems a little, I mean, yeah, just as I said, some of the mannerisms that especially Sayori has shown so far, it seems a little off character for her. Avon says that there's an explanation that we'll see later on. So, all right. I'll give my thoughts once I've seen the whole thing. I mean, I'm already giving my thoughts, but I'm not going to give any conclusive thoughts until I have seen the whole thing. But okay, so yeah, now we know that Sayori is passively suicidal. Sayori, this is really, really hard for me. So if I can do it, then you can too. Because you're like a million times better than me. Okay, so low self-esteem? That's completely not true. Sayori takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself. That's something about me I've never told anyone before. Even now my head is like screaming at me to stop. Wait. You don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of the promise yesterday. I want to. It just feels right. I mean, maybe it's part of the reason I came to this club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you more than I'm scared. At those words, Monica stands up. Sayori must have taken days to work up the courage for this. Were Monica's own futile but genuine efforts actually the push that Sayori needed? Sayori's deliberate breaths can be heard over the air conditioner. As she prepares herself to continue, Monica waits in gentle silence. I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. Shadow, you're leaving? Alright, well thanks for stopping by, man. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me when you can just be happy instead? I've had that thought before. For some people, that's just being stoic. And for other people, it's because, it's a sense of self-loathing. With me, I mean, I don't know. Like, I find it more annoying than I do upsetting when people are concerned about me to an irrational level. Like, if somebody is just, you know, they're too worried about something trivial that's going on, and I guess the reason that it's annoying, it's not that... You know, it's not that I want them to be, oh, just go be happy and do something else like Sayori here. For me, it's more of like, if they're worrying about me over something that I'm very capable of handling, then the fact that they're worrying about me, I guess there's just a part of me that finds it insulting. Not really upsetting, but just insulting. Not to the point that I get angry, but as I said, it's just, for me personally, it's a little bit annoying when people worry about me when they don't have to. But with Sayori, I think it's a different story. Like, she gets genuinely upset when people worry about her, or when people are concerned about her, because she doesn't feel as though she is worthy of being concerned about. So maybe they're not really that connected. So I never tell anyone about these kinds of thoughts that I have. It's so much easier to just smile and help everyone else be happy. But that's terrible. That's what Monica wants to say, but she stops herself in fear of saying the wrong thing. It's just that if everyone knew about it, they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like, whenever I'm not smiling, everyone would worry about me and ask what's wrong. I've heard that people with depression have that fear. I know that because it used to be like that. Sayori pauses, seeming to recall something in the past. I just want everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing to me, and letting people look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone. Sayori pauses again, her solemn expression making her look almost like an entirely different person. How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried that I'll be one of those people too? I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this, but another part of me, I think, just felt like it would be different this time. Whenever we talk about what the club is supposed to mean, I kept feeling like it was right for me to do. Especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself too. It just made me feel like I could say it in confidence and our friendship doesn't have to change. Ha! It's so silly. The club is only 2 people, but it already means this much to me. Monica feels a tightening sensation in her heart, a feeling of connection as Sayori's emotions radiate between them. Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori, so strong and brave. I don't even compare. Monica steps forward, but if nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy, if you'd like. Ha! Wow. That's a nice picture. Wordlessly and without a smile, Sayori rests her forehead on Monica's shoulder. And the Sayonica fanfics, Sayonica the relationship, not Sayonica the fusion. I'm sure this pic is going to spark a lot of Sayonica fanfiction. Through their contact, Monica can almost feel the torrent of thoughts swimming in Sayori's head. And in this moment, enhanced by the air of the club, Monica realizes that all of the days that have passed, this is the one where she really, really hopes that nobody new walks through the door. She speaks softly. And in comes Yuri. You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. You can say anything, I'll never judge you. Man, this is turning into a fan fiction. I promise. Sayori's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say the things she never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. I'm so worthless. I'm worthless and everyone would be better off without me. Jesus. She suppresses a sob as tears fall down her cheek. I'm just an inconvenience to everyone. I'm not good at anything, and it just feels like everyone just has to put up with me, and I hate it. Oh boy. The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest. I don't want to have these thoughts. I want them to go away, and now I'm making you put up with me, and I just want to die. As soon as Sayori loses her composure, Monica becomes determined to keep her own. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now. So Monica is drifting back into her forte, which is putting on a strong front and not allowing herself to be overly emotional. But instead of doing it to save face, she's doing it to be strong for Sayori. So she won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you. It's just being your friend. Monica offers a few words of comfort, but she knows Sayori said it herself that the thoughts Sayori experiences are ones that don't belong, and Monica can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them like any good friend would do. You have so much value to me and your other friends too. By the way, this music, something about this music kind of also gives this a kind of fanficky vibe. I don't know why. To me and your other friends too. This club wouldn't be the same without you. I really, really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if we never got any other club members, I would still be happy. That's what brought you here. You brought us a vision, and you also brought happiness. That's your favorite thing to do, right? Sayori doesn't respond, but Monica feels her gently nod. No more words are needed between them. The two share their embrace for a while longer, Monica letting Sayori take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies and her sniffles fully cease, Sayori lifts her head and wipes her eyes. I guess I needed that. Some days are harder than others. Well, I'm here whenever you need me. But any other time, I'll make sure that things are the way they usually are, if that's what makes you happy. Mm-hmm. Thanks. You're the best. No, you are. The two exchange smiles. You know, I'm sorry to bring this up all of a sudden, but have you considered talking to a professional? Sayori nods. It's scary, since it's already so hard to tell people. Yeah, well, of course, it'll always be your choice, but if you're looking to find the courage for it, I can do my best to help you. Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would. Sayori suddenly yawns and stretches. Wow, that made me tired and hungry. Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up for it. No, I want to. I mean, I can say that it's definitely one thing that would make me happy. Monika smiles. But I might want to get a snack first. All of a sudden, the sound of the door causes the two of them to turn their heads. And in comes Yuri. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. There we are. In comes Yuri. Alright, so we get more mails. Side stories. Alright, so Rhea Vorte, System Administrator. From December 8th, 2019. Wasn't the last one from December 9th? Okay. So we got a new email from the past. Thank you to everyone who worked so hard on the control simulation. I can't imagine how tedious it must have been to so delicately hide Monika's elevated permissions from her without disrupting our connection to the VM. This is interesting. Just to clarify, all of the recordings labeled side stories are part of the control simulation, right? I'm noticing some details of the characters' lives here and there that differ a little bit from those in VM1. Ooh, hello. Is it part of the butterfly effect from some of Monika's more fundamental changes, or is it a result of her just messing around with the other characters in VM1 as her own experiment or for fun? So if I'm keeping track, we have, what, like 5 different universes in total, with 3 or 4 of them created and then destroyed by Monika, of course. It's funny because I keep wanting to speculate on which one is the real universe, but in reality they all are, as real as ours anyway. Very interesting. So there's multiple universes, multiple simulated universes that they're making here. And it seems in each one, Monika, I guess, behaves a little bit differently? Or is one Monika aware of all 5 universes? And her behavior is altered slightly in each of them, maybe? Is the meta series a part of the metaverse? No. Still, fun to speculate. Anyway, so we've been at it for almost 2 hours now. And we watched Trust Part 1 and 2. We got through the entirety of the original game. So, one thing I do want to look at real quick is the names here. Trust, understanding, respect, balance, reflection, and self-love. I'm guessing these are the things that each of the girls are learning in these stories. That's pretty interesting. Because I want to save my voice, I'm debating with myself whether I should do any more or whether I should call it for today and pick up tomorrow. Because I was talking all day at work, and then, you know, I was talking a lot for this stream, so I can already kind of feel my voice starting to go away. One thing I will do is I will take a little data collected 60%. So that's how you get the 100. Let's see, is there anything new to see in any of these? I think I understand now. This 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are these the universes? This is a scratch disk. Do not use it to store sensitive or permanent things. If you need access to files from the encrypted file share, copy them to your disposable drive and plug it directly into the thin client. Do not copy them here. Rhea is working on setting up a proxy mail server so we can have proper remote communication without having to worry about the higher-ups. Keep everything offline until then. Paula. Who the hell's Paula? System, meeting notes, or text. Test cases for new genetic model, server time optimization data, automatic data collection. You know who went on too many tangents again. I need to be more assertive about staying focused. Interesting. Access key is found so far from tower rotation. The first thing that's coming to my mind looking at this unknown error. Please try again later. Man, alright Avon, you're perceptive. That's exactly what 221 meant. So we can't open this thing right now. Unknown error. Man, look at Avon giving me the way in. Okay. Whoops. Hmm. Two 221. Okay. Let's see. Does it change instantly with my computer time here? Hey, what's up, DeRush? You're just in time. We're looking at some pretty interesting things. Some pretty interesting things in the... Oh, okay, automatic time. Now we got to turn that off. And the time zone. All right. All right, so now I got 1 minute. Okay, so internal, backup, system, tower. Ah, shoot, right, 221, 221, 240. Ah, 2, 2, 1. Hey, there we go. Stonks. This is on Steam, Rush. High-level overview. Create human-readable version of fabric benchmark results, suggesting we live in a simulated universe. Ah, that's what they're going for here. That's what they're going for. Now I get it. That whole idea that if it's much easier to create a simulated universe than it is to create a real one, then who's to say that we don't live in a simulated universe? So that's okay. Emulate fabric benchmark results in virtualized environments. Well, the biggest argument against us living in a simulated universe would be the fact that the number pi exists in our universe. Or at least that's what I've been told. that if we ever run into an infinitely repeating sequence, or if we ever reach the last digit of pi, then that argument would no longer apply. But if pi keeps just going and going and going forever, then that means that it's an infinite amount of information which a simulated universe could not possibly contain. Iterate until simulation is stable for target time threshold. Observe effects of elevated access knowledge of simulation. So is this like how they created Monica? Collect and record data. Pitch findings to upper management as a profitable venture. Do not go through Barry. Go straight to upper management. Get promoted. Job saved. Possible team members. Ro, Ravi, Lib, and Ive. VM1. Small scale simulation. So DDLC is just an experiment. They're just trying to create a small universe to promote this idea that we live in a simulated universe as well. Whoops. Production of text assets, easy data collection. That's why it was in RenPy initially. 4 entities, characters, small physical space. Yeah, there's only like 7 rooms in the original game. Highly elevated access permission creates very stable connection window for data collection in exchange for less realistic simulated scenarios. Man. So the reason they gave Monica more permissions was to stabilize DDLC as a simulation. It was to stabilize VM1. Wow. Now, when I see the word lib here, fix name scheming conflict with lib folder, I think Libitina. I wonder if this person Lib, a possible team member on this project, I wonder if their project limits Libitina is maybe another simulation where all of the weird stuff happened, and maybe having them as a team member on VM1 here is why it is maybe Yuri was part of whatever project this person Lib was working on before. Avon says, check the poem words file. One of the words is a number. One of the words is a number. $915 $130. Well, would you look at that? And it's under Yuri's words. I'm sure there's some kind of connection there. Man, Avon, you really dug into this, huh? I'm glad you're here to expose all these secrets that you found so far. This is freaking cool. Alright, so let's adjust the date and time again. $9:15. And then what was it? $9:15,130. Okay. Meeting notes 2. Ah, it just turned 9:16. All right, hold on. Got to change it again. There we go. Now get in there. Lib, promising work on recording simulation activity into playable script. Playable equals observable form, not a game. Ive. Okay, so Ive must be the you-know-who that was mentioned earlier. Okay, so pretending to type important things while waiting for everyone to get back on topic. 4:30 still target end time. Assigning names to simulated entities for easier reference. A, B, C, D should suffice. 1, 2, 3. Using real names only encourages treating them like pets rather than simulated entities. Everyone is trying to come up with stupid names now. Control simulation. Create identical VM without entity A having elevated access permissions. Seems unlikely. Nothing. That's why they're different. That's why they're different. Because they made an identical VM where Monica wasn't able to do all the stuff that she did. She didn't have the permissions, so she never had the epiphany, and that's why Monica and Sayori are behaving a little bit differently. Maybe Monica in the original, maybe she did have the epiphany before Sayori joined the club, and so that's why in the original Monica seemed like she was just, just absolutely perfect from the get-go. But in the version where she didn't have the permissions and she never had the epiphany, all of her insecurities were still there and still present. And so now we're seeing what Monica's and Sayori's relationship would look like if Monica had never had the epiphany in the first place. Like, what kind of person would she be? Yeah, I'm just speculating right now, but I'm thinking maybe that's what's going on here. Seems unlikely, nothing has come close so far. Clone VM1, same elevated access, but prevent the entity from discovering it. So that's another one of those universes. That'd be Universe 3, I guess. But prevent the entity from discovering it. So a version where Monica does have powers, but doesn't have the epiphany. So were both of these things created? Meeting over time again. Oh, wait! Maybe this VM1 is the one that we're witnessing in the side stories. It could be either one of these. It could be where she doesn't have powers, or... Well, no, they said that one would be unstable. The whole point of the elevated permissions was to stabilize the simulation, right? So maybe this is the one. Monica does have the power to do these things. She just doesn't know she can do them. She didn't have the epiphany. That could be it. Anyway, yeah, what was it? 4:30, 1, 2, 3? Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Now let's make it 4:30. Should have made it 4:20. They probably would have taken it a little less seriously if they made it 4:20, though. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it in the document. Operation Not a Game by Ive. Control simulation, track 6 name ideas. Work together, discussion time, debate time, brainstorm, listen up, teamwork time, let's discuss, let's teamwork, I'll handle it, leader, take the lead, text, face, names. Maybe for another track, 030, 030. Yeah, 030. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying here, Avon. Okay, so 030. Yeah, we've got the numbers. Okay, so one of these tracks is a real track. Okay. Let's go look at the music. Okay, I don't think it's not okay, everyone, is it? I might not have unlocked it. So we got to do more of the side stories. Okay. Man. This goes pretty... This is pretty freaking cool. So much new hidden stuff to see. Here, let me... First of all, let me get my clock set back to the real time. Alright. So it's 7:13 right now. We've been at this for about 2.5 hours, and I don't want to talk much more because I don't want to lose my voice because I do have work tomorrow. But man, there is a lot here, guys. And I'm glad that we were able to unlock as much as we have. We'll be able to continue tomorrow and see what else we can see. But I'm going to go ahead and stop it here for the day. I'm definitely going to be coming back tomorrow because, man, we got to see what else is in this thing. But yeah, wow. I am so excited to see what other secrets are hidden behind here. It looks like it's going to be pretty freaking mind-blowing. Missed most of the stream due to choosing the wrong time to wash dishes. I have to go back and catch up on the lore. Well, this was pretty freaking awesome, guys. As I said, I'm going to call it for today. I'll be back tomorrow. Man, I just realized how bright I look in the with the lights on here. I should have probably put the backlight on. But regardless, guys, yep, that's going to do it for today. Again, coming back tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, I'm Cesar Madrazo, and I am out.